10, 11, 12. Why are you pushing so heavy?
I don't like it.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, man, you're not using the muscle you're supposed to be using to do it. You're concerned too much about lifting so heavy that you're not actually pushing your chest out of it. You're not using the most full capacity of it.
Ultimately, we've got to try to enjoy this journey. If this is something we're going to be doing for the next few decades, may as well have some fun doing it. And I think for me personally, if everyone to lift the same way, with the same execution, the same rep cadence, the same exercises, it will just get so boring. It's nice to see some different lifting styles and to see someone's personality and enjoyment shine through in what they do.
I never need to do like 200s or anything like that. But I do think the mechanical tension is a factor.
That's the biggest factor. Because remember, I say people, and the body have no idea what weight you're lifting. They only know the resistance you're putting through it. When you try to focus more on the numbers, how much you can lift, you lose the intention of you focus on trying to move the weight so much, you lose the actual idea of what you're actually trying to do. The idea is you're trying to build this, or you're trying to build a muscle. The muscle doesn't care about the weight, it's just how much tension you put it through it. When you can contract it as tight as you can without resistance and release it and contract it again, that pushes blood flow and that breaks down the muscle fibers in it and it causes growth. When you pound it out with just tension, that's the time and the tension is so small and you just kind of pound it out. It's more cardio, it's just you pound out heavy weight. But when you actually contract and break down the muscle fiber, open it up, that's what causes growth. So when I'm saying that, not because I don't know you're freaking strong enough to...
I just can't agree with this point. I think that weight is a very important part of this picture of building muscle. It has to be, otherwise we'll be able to build massive muscles with very small weights, just focusing on improving your contraction. Ultimately, a 20k bar is a 20k bar. It doesn't matter how hard you try to make that set or how well you contract the muscle, you're not going to be able to build a big physique with that. And I think a lot of these guys lose sight of what they've been doing in the last few years leading up to this stage. And yes, they might have very good form now. Of course, you'd expect it over time for your form to improve. They may be lifting with slow negatives, with nice, clean, smooth reps, but the weight they're using is very, very high. Say, for instance, they might be performing a bent row with 120 to 140 kilos. That's a massive amount of weight with perfect form. With looser form, it's going to be more than 4 plates. But the form they're using for that lift is very good, akin to what I would use at maybe 60 to 70 kilos. So of course, it's just too easy, I think, to lose sight of where they are. Yes, if they're to use that current form and keep that going for the next, say, 2 years and add another 10k to the bent row, they're going to have a bigger back. It's quite simple. It's the same with Nick Walker. His form is very, very good, and let's say he's using 50k's on his dumbbell pressing, 60k maybe. His form was very clean. If he's able to maintain that form and then add another 5k to that dumbbell over the next couple of years, his chest is going to be even bigger. So you can't say that weight isn't a massive driving factor in the ability to build muscle. It just has to be within a spectrum of form that is effective in stimulating the muscle. And I think that's where some of these guys maybe just lose a little bit of sight. It's not just about the contractions, otherwise weight would not matter, and it clearly does.